Hey, what's up everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I would love to have a lot of information to give you in regards to this topic, but to be honest with you, the NBA is just not giving us much of anything. So the information is this. Ime Udoka is in some kind of trouble. I don't know what he's done, but he may be facing a very significant suspension, as it's been described. They're trying to go over the details of what took place or what didn't take place or whatever. I don't know what happened, but essentially he has broken some organizational rules. So I'm guessing it's something within the Boston organization that they, within their guidelines, didn't vibe with. So it's something that we obviously are not privy to yet. Information like this, again, we've gone through this with the Robert Sarver information. It just didn't feel like they were giving us a whole lot to start. And when it's something like this, my preference is to know details first, rather than to just have, hey, is something happening? Here's a little bit of nothing, react to it. That's not a good way to express someone getting in some type of disciplinary action. Did he do something, that would be offensive? Did he do something? Did he take a drug or something to break a certain type of rule like that? Did he get into a fight with somebody? What happened? That's my question. So obviously we don't have that answer. Everybody's asking that same question. I'm not special in that way, and I think the NBA is, here we go again. This is the second time I've said this in a matter of probably 3 days. They're releasing information in regards to someone being disciplinarily, reacted to, I guess, and they're not telling us what happened in full. They're giving us very, very little to no detail, and I think it leaves a lot of room for people to do all kinds of different things in the court of public opinion when you just don't have any information. So I don't appreciate that personally, but it is what it is. I just wish they would tell us when they have something to tell. Simple as that. It's a better way to communicate with the public. But nevertheless, now we just wait for more information. They keep us on the edge of our seats waiting for them. And of course, we will keep you updated as information is released to us. So that's what's going on, man. The Boston Celtics are dealing with something internal, obviously. Now, there's a little more to talk about. A few other things happened. First of all, congratulations to Dennis Smith Jr. He is now going to be a part of the Charlotte Hornets. It's a good situation for him. They've, I think, if my mind serves me correct, he'll probably slip in and play Ish Smith's role, or how they'll do it is move Book Knight up and have him play Book Knight's role. So I don't really know how their depth chart looks. They probably have some other players in place as well, but that's how it looks. It's Terry Rozier, LaMelo Ball, James Book Knight. That should be the three-man rotation that gives you, that should be heavy minutes if I'm running things in Charlotte. I think Book Knight's somebody that, even though you guys are not quite aware of what all he can do, he's somebody who has a whole lot of talent who's going to break out at some point, in my opinion. So it's just a matter of him getting some opportunities and getting a chance to show what he can do. So that's going to be interesting to see how Dennis Smith fits in with that rotation, because it's going to be a little tough for him to find minutes, in my humble opinion. But Dennis Smith Jr. can play multiple positions. In fact, he's a bigger guy, and probably now, given conditioning and things like that, he may be able to slip in and play some small ball three, some comfortable two as well. So I'm ready for Dennis Smith Jr. to show what he can do. I know he's somebody who, when he first came into the league, was a triple-double threat and somebody who could jump entirely out of the gym. Since then, he's had a lot of injury issues and hasn't really been able to catch on to a situation. And it's just been kind of him jumping around from place to place to place. But he had some good moments with the Portland Trailblazers last year. And he's had good moments really everywhere he's gone. So it's just a matter of him getting a chance to get an opportunity. And so we will see. I don't know if the place is Charlotte, but then this is another opportunity for him to still be in the league and ultimately keep up with this kind of competition, which is ultimately where he belongs, in my humble opinion. So hopefully things work out for DSJ. Not as good a news for another point guard that we support on this channel. Alonzo Ball is still dealing with knee injuries and issues of that nature. From what I understand, he's going to be out for somewhere between 4 to 6 weeks, I believe was the timetable on that. Don't quote me on that. It might be a different timetable, 6 to 8 or 4 to 6. But he's dealing with the knee. It's a knee. I think it's some type of surgery of some sort. I'm going off the top of the dome with this. But Lonzo's going to miss time to start the season. And that is just very, very, very unfortunate for the Bulls, of course, but it's very frustrating because I look at the Bulls rotation and I just say my issue with the Bulls is they have a lot of players that need to play the same position, and the only way their team kind of falls into place is when people are hurt. Unfortunately, that's always the case. So this is a situation where, once again, I think the Bulls are going to look as if their rotation isn't as log-jammed as it actually is. But when everybody's healthy, they really do have to do something about their guard rotation. It's just too many guys that need quality minutes. And Alonzo's yet another one of them. But he's out, so we'll see how far into the season he actually misses. Given the timetable, it looks like he'll probably be ready probably in the first couple weeks of the season. So I don't think he'll miss much time. But nevertheless, it is something that sets him back in terms of his conditioning. And so for him to have such a big role, you want him to be such a phenomenal defensive player. It just isn't working out in terms of him staying healthy. And it's really frustrating when you know what his game is, you know what he can do, but he just can't. It's one of those situations where you start to wonder if this is really going to be a thing, like for the rest of his career. Is he ever going to reach his potential and be that player that you already know he is? I know, there's no question about his talent and what he can bring to the game. But if his body don't allow him to play more than 40 games a season, then he's just going to be a role player regardless. And that's just the reality that he's facing. So if I were in his position, I would do every single thing I can to focus my entire focus on nutrition and conditioning. That would be more important to me than anything else over the next 3 years. I would give myself a 3-year timetable, and I would turn myself to a monster. If I'm Alonzo Ball, you got to turn yourself into a physical monster. That's basically what it is. I look at what Kawhi Leonard's doing, and I don't know where he's at with his conditioning, but it's a lot being said about how much weight he's put on his legs and thighs. That's because he's been pushing like crazy. I know what he's been doing. He's been trying to make sure that the areas that have been in question are as strong as humanly possible. And so if I'm Alonzo Ball, I'm doing the same thing. And look, I don't know what to expect. I'm going to kind of shift, but I don't know what to expect from Kawhi Leonard. But as much time as he's had to work on himself without having to play basketball, I would imagine he's in fantastic shape. So that's just another side note. But nevertheless, as far as Lonzo's concerned, man, I'm just frustrated. As somebody who's a fan of his game, who wants to see him succeed, I'm happy he got paid. But this is a situation where you just look up and you say, is it ever going to happen? Honestly, is it ever going to happen for Lonzo? So, yeah, just a little bit of frustration. But nevertheless, we're rooting for him, man. And like I said, when he's healthy, he's one of the best in the game. Defensively, point guard, he's one of the best. And then in terms of facilitating, he's also one of the best. So that's really what it is, man. Hopefully it translates to him being able to do that, be who he is. So what else? I think there were some other things to share. Small news. There's nothing coming to mind, but I know it was something I read. But either way, you're looking at a situation where the NBA is right around the corner. We're a week and a half away from preseason and all that good stuff. So as we're rounding into form, each and every team is still trying to put together what it is they're trying to put together. Obviously, with all these different scandals hopping up all over the league, it's starting to shape up to be a little bit of a wacky start to the season with that type of thing, if you notice. We're talking about 3 different people in a matter of 2 weeks that have all gotten in trouble. So yeah, it's one of those situations where I think everybody needs to just sharpen up in the NBA and get ready for the season. If there's anything in question going on, just straighten up and fly right, whatever the case may be for everybody, because it seems like the NBA is on a mission to make it a point to reprimand people, and I don't think that is a coincidence, given that the collective bargaining agreement is negotiations are right around the corner. So, the Players Association representative is starting to be present. She has made her face seen on camera lately. So, they're getting ready. They're gearing up for the big dance. This is going to be one of the most important negotiations that the NBA's probably ever had, because of all the different things that have happened, plus the stuff that's going on as we speak with players and owners and coaches and everybody else. It's just time to start looking at everything. And so that's exactly what they're going to do. And I think it's going to get tense. So, yeah, good luck to everybody involved. Hopefully we don't have a lockout like we did back in the day. That was not fun. I do remember it. and I don't want to revisit that at all. Plus, we just came out of a lockout in a way, of course, with COVID, which gave us every bit of that experience. So we don't need that again. It's only been 2 years. So that's what I got to say, man. That is it. Good luck to everybody who's trying to get on teams. Good luck to everybody trying to get healthy. And of course, we'll keep our ears open for Ime Udoka and what goes on there. And look, this is a situation where I don't want to get ahead of myself at all. But the way my brain works, I might as well. If the ball, I don't know what he did or what he didn't do, but the Boston Celtics should very much forgive him. That's what I'm here to say. If it ain't something crazy, like crazy, and we'll find out if it is, but if it ain't something that demands him get fired, I think they should just get it over with, get it done, and get him back on the court, because that is one of the best coaches in the game. That's what I'm here to tell you. Now, if he's done something to throw his coaching career away, then we'll address that as it comes, if that's the information. But if it's something else and this can be put past, I think this is one of the shining coaches in all of basketball. And if the Celtics do anything crazy like fire him, he's not gonna have any trouble finding another job very quickly. So that's just what I want to say about that. That is one of the very best coaches in basketball right now. So hopefully, whatever's going on with him isn't something that makes us want to cancel the man. But these are the things that they put in our heads when they don't tell us what's all going on. So we wait. It is what it is, man. So that's what I got to say. My name is BDF44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.